Hi guys, how are you doing? Hope you're all doing well. This is Shagnik, and from today we are going to start a new series on this channel that would focus on solving aptitude questions. Our primary focus would be solving PYQs of TCS NQT, but we would also try to take up multiple other questions rather than TCS NQT so that we get a wide idea of questions that come into examinations. Before we proceed to today's questions, I would like to request you all to first pause the video, try to solve the each question within 1 minute by yourselves. After that, proceed to the solution section. So let's start with today's question one. So this is our question one. Pause the video and try to solve it by yourself first. Hope you all have tried to solve the questions by yourself. So let's see what the question says. Raju buys three goats and two sheep for rupees 11,600. When he sells the goats at 20% profit and the sheep at 10% loss, he earns a total profit of 1,000. The cost of one sheep is. We need to calculate the cost of a single sheep. Now, as we have here, cost of goats and cost of sheep is 1160. So we would be assuming that price of each goat is G and price of each sheep is S. So from the first statement we get 3G plus two sheep, that is 2S, is equal to 11600. Now it says that he sells the goats at 20% profit and the sheep at 10% loss. Now we can do, each goat is sold at 20% profit. So three goats are also sold at 20% profit. So 3G into 20%, it is profit. Now we have sheeps at loss. So we need a minus sign to sheeps at 10% loss. So 10% is equal to what amount? 1,000. Now we can calculate this 3G. If you know the short trick, then 20% is equivalent to 1 by 5. 1 by 5 minus 2s into 10% is equivalent to 1 by 10 is equal to 1,000. This kind of short tricks are very essential while solving the questions in examinations. So there are multiple such percentages which, converting upon ratios, help you to solve the questions faster. I have a plan of building one separate video on this kind of short tricks. Let's see how or when I can make these videos. But definitely one video like that would come, and that I believe would help you a lot while solving this question. So taking the LCM, we have 6G minus 2S is equal to, this 10 is the LCM and then it gets cross multiplied. This is our equation 2 and that is our equation 1. Now we would be adding up equation 1 and 2, equation 1 and equation 2, and that would give us 9G plus 2S and minus 2S gets cancelled, and we have 11600 plus 1000, another 0. Simplies that 9G is equivalent to 21600, which implies that our cost of each goat is equivalent to, we divide it by 9. 9 twos are 18, 3 is remaining 36, 9 fours are 36, 0, 0. The cost of one goat is 2400 and cost of three goats is equal to 3 into 2400, which is 7200. Now from this equation we get equation 1 we get 2s is equal to 11600 minus 7200, which is equal to 0, 0, 6 minus 2 is 4, and 11 minus 7 is 4. Therefore, we have S is equal to 2200. Hence, cost of one goat comes out to be 220, which is option D is the correct answer. Hope you all got the logic of this question. Let's move on to question 2. Pause the video and try to solve the question first. Hope you all have tried to solve the question first. The question says a train starts from station X to arrive at station Y at 6 p.m. It could travel at 62.5% of its original speed. This line says that it could travel at 62.5%. That is, our original speed is 100% and 62.5% is the reduced speed and reach Y at 7 p.m. Obviously, if our speed reduces, then the time to reach our destination increases. So that's what has happened. It reaches at 6 usually, but has reached at 7 due to the reduction in speed. At what time did it start from X? So we need to find the starting time. So one easy trick of doing this kind of questions is that we need to assess which one among speed, distance, and time are constant. We know that speed is equal to distance by time. So anything between these three is constant, the other two are proportional to each other or inversely proportional. So in this case, our starting position is X and our destination is Y. Between them, we could see that our speed and our time, these are changing. Thus, our distance is constant. So what we can assess from here is that the ratio of speed S1 by S2 is equal to T2 by T1, T2 by T1. So if we use this equation, if we see this equation, there are two ratios. So simply what we can do is that we can also build two ratios, one of speed. Later initial speed be 100. I have taken 100 so that calculating the percent becomes easier. 100 is the initial speed and current speed is 62.5. Now time and speed are inversely proportional to each other. Thus, this can be reversed to get the ratio of time. 62.5 is to 100. So from here we can see the difference in time that comes out is 37.5. But from the question it is given that the difference in speed is 700 minus 6, which comes out to be 54 minutes. Now we can see that 37.5 is equivalent to 54. This implies that 1 unit is equivalent to 54 by 37.5. Now, what we have taken is that our initial time that we needed is 62.5. This is our assumption. But this assumption would be the correct time when we use 1 unit as this value. Thus, to get the actual value, we need to multiply 62.5 with value of 1 unit here, which is 54 by 37.5. These points can be removed. We cut the 2 by 25, so 25, and 37.5 is 1, and 7, 5, 12, 125, 25 5s are 125. Again, we cut by 5 and 5, and 18 3s are 54. So the actual time required to reach station Y from X is 90 minutes. Thus, we can calculate the starting point now by subtracting 6 minus 90 minutes, which comes out to be 4:36. So our answer is 4:36 p.m., which is option C. Hope you all got the logic. Let's move on to the question 3. Pause the video and try to solve it first, then we would be solving it. Hope you all have tried to solve the question. The question says that the sum of two numbers is 2604 and their ACF is 124. Okay, so let's say the two numbers are X and Y. So X plus Y comes out to be 2604. Then it says HCF is 124. And if you know one thing, that if we multiply co-primes with the HCF, we get the actual numbers. So in this case, whatever we multiply with 124, that is co-prime of each other. So let's say if we have x equal to 124a and y equal to 124b, which is equal to 2604. So here we can assess that a and b are co-primes. As we are multiplying by ACL, that's why we get these two numbers as co-primes. Now we can get a plus b is equivalent to 2604 by 124, which comes out to be 21. So the co-primes of the required numbers have a sum of 21 between them. Now it is said which is smaller between them if their difference is least possible. This is a very vital point to mark in the question. There can be multiple such combinations that can be built out of this equation, but here it has been said that the difference is least possible. As the difference is least possible and the greatest number here we can see is 1240. So let's see how it can be used to get the numbers, or if 1240 can give us the numbers or not. So 1240 is the actual number. So co-primes would be can be calculated by dividing 1240 by 124, which comes out to be 10. And from this sum, we can get that if one number is 10, the other number will be 21 minus 10, which is equal to 11. From here, clearly we can see that the difference between the two numbers is 1. And as the sum is 21, so there's no other possibility of getting any number that has the difference lesser than these two. The difference between them is 1. So any other combination would not give us the difference lesser than this. Thus, we can assess from here that the one of the co-primes is 10 and the other is 11. Thus, thus the least number between the two is 1204. Hence, our answer is option B. Hope you all got the answer. Let's move on to question 4. It is a simple equation that we need to solve. Uh, First of all, you try to solve the question, then I would be telling you the logic. Hope you all have tried to solve the question. So here the main here two of the primary algebraic equations are required, which is a square minus b square equal to a plus b into a minus b, and another is a plus b whole square equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. Now, if we take the equation LHS of this equation, we get root 7 plus root 5 divided by root 7 minus root 5. Now we multiply root 7 plus root 5 on the numerator and denominator. We get on the numerator root 7 plus root 5 whole square divided by root 7 plus root 5 into root 7 minus root 5. So we use here, we can use this formula, and for the numerator we would be using this formula. Thus we get a square plus b square, which is 7 plus 5 plus 2ab, which gives us 2 root 35, divided by a square minus b square, which is 7 minus 5. Thus we have on the numerator 12 plus 2 root 35 by 2, which comes out to be 6 plus root 35. Now, if you notice this equation, this LHS and RHS of the equation, they are two of the similar forms. Thus, we can assess from here that the value of A is 6 and the value of B is minus 1. Hence, A minus 2B, which is our required, we need to find the value of A minus 2B. So we replace these values here. A is 6 minus 2 into B is minus 1, which gives us 6 plus 2, which is 8. Thus our final answer comes out to be 8, which is option C. Hope you all got the solution. Let's move on to question 5. It is a time and work problem. Try to pause the video and solve the question first. Then we'll be moving to the solution. Hope you all have tried to solve the question by yourselves. The question says, worker A takes 8 hours to do a job and worker B takes 10 hours to do a job. How long would it take both A and B working together? One important point, working together to do the same job. Now, for this question, there is a short trick to do the questions without doing the conventional form of taking 1 by 8 as 1 hour's work, 1 by 10 as 1 hour's work. Then we had to add those. So without doing that thing, we can easily do one thing. We take two entities, A and B. A takes 8 hours to do a job, B takes 10 hours to do the same job. So we take the LCM of these two first, which comes out to be 40. Now 40 divided by 8, 5. This is the 1 hour of work of A, and 40 divided by 10, 4. This is the 1 hour work of B. Got it? Now, as we have got the 1 hour work of A and B individually, we can use this to get the 1 hour arc of A and B working together, which is 5 plus 4 comes out to be 9. Hence, we have calculated 40, which is the total work. Now, we divide 40 by their individual per hour work, which is 9, and this gives out the final answer, which is option D. Hope you all got the short trick. I know most of you were using the longer one. This is a very small question, thus you could not find much difference. But when you go for a tougher question than this, then you would see that the method that has been used here would be much efficient than that of using this conventional method. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Pause the video and try to solve the question first. Hope you all have tried to solve the questions by yourselves. The question says the average score in physics of a class increases by 10% if the total marks secured by a number of students who form 20% of the class strength and whose average score is 48 is not included in the calculation. So here are a few things to be assumed. First of all, let the initial average score, let initial average is equal to x and total students be n. Now, 20% of the class strength whose average score is 48. Thus, the uh, total marks total of 20% students comes out to be n into 20% into 48, which is equivalent to, if you know, 20% is equivalent to 1 by 5. So n by 5 into 48. Now, initial total was equal to, as x was the average, so initial total would have been nx. Now, new total after excluding the 20% students would come out to be nx minus of n by 5 into 48, which is equal to n by 5 into 5x minus 48. So this is the new total. Now it says that the new average increases by 10%. So new average would be, if the initial average was x, new average would be x plus x into 10%, which would be equal to 110 by 100 x, which is equivalent to 1.1 x. Thus, from this is the new average and this is the new total. So we can use this to get the new average, which would come to be n by 5x minus 48 divided by n by 5, sorry, n into, as we have 20% deducted, so remaining is 80%. So n into 80%. Hope you all have understood this portion. So I would be rubbing this. Uh, yes. So this is our new average. Now n by 5. If you know that 80% is equivalent to 4 by 5, thus 5x minus 48 by 4n by 5. Here n by 5 and n by 5 can be cancelled, and this would be equivalent to the new average, which is equal to 1.1x, which is 5x minus 48 is equal to 4.4x. This implies that 0.6x is equal to 48 and x equal to 48 into 10 by 6. I multiplied 10 to remove this dot. So 6 8s are 48. Hence our final answer comes out to be 80. Hope you all got the solution. Option D is the correct answer. So let's move on to the next question now. This is question 7. You all try to pause the video and try to solve the question first, then we'll be moving to the solution. So the question says the ratio of income of two persons is 5:3 and that of expenditure is 9:5. If they save rupees 2600 and rupees 1800 respectively, their incomes are. So let's say their incomes are 5x and 3x, 5x and 3x, and that of their expenditures are 9y and 5y. Now from here we can assess that 5x income minus expenditure is equivalent to savings. This is equation 1. And for the second person, it is 3x minus 5y is equal to 3x minus 5y is equal to 1800. This is equation 2. Now we multiply equation 1 by 5 and equation 2 by 9. So we get 1 into 5 and then we subtract 2 into 9. So we get we'll be multiplying 1 by 5. Okay. 25x minus 45y is equal to 0, 0, 6 5 are 30 and 6 2s, 5 2s are 10, 10 1 13. Okay, and then we'll be multiplying 2 with 9. Okay, so 3 9s are 27x minus 45y equal to 0, 0, 18 into 9, 162. Okay, done. Now we would be subtracting 2 from 1. We have minus 2x equal to 3200. This implies that minus of 3200, which is equal to 6x equal to 1600. Thus, income of the first person is 5 into 1600. From here we get this 5 into 1600, which is equal to 8,000. Hence, income of the first person is 8,000, and if you could see from the options here, 8,000 is in only one option. Thus, no need to find the income of the other person. Option B is the correct answer. Hope you all got the logic of the solution. So that's it for today. Hope you all liked the video. I request you all to like, share, and subscribe the channel for more such content. That's it for today. Thank you. Tata. Bye bye.